Hi, and welcome to Main Street AI, the podcast where traditional businesses are quietly revolutionizing their operations with artificial intelligence and winning. In this podcast, I sit down with industry leaders from law firms and professional services, fitness and membership services entrepreneurs, and other Main Street businesses to explore their AI journey. We dive into the opportunities they see, the challenges they're navigating, and the real impact of AI on their industries. Whether you're AI curious or ready to implement, this show brings you insights from leaders who are actually using this technology to serve customers better, empower employees, and drive profitable growth. Today's conversation is going to be particularly valuable because we're talking with someone who's not just implementing AI, but fundamentally reimagining how legal services can be delivered in the digital age. Someone who's reduced their firm's headcount by 70% while maintaining revenue and is pioneering legal design methodologies most firms haven't even heard of yet. And with that, let's get started. Stephen Whittier here with Satori Coach IO, and I'm joined by Fabio Cendão of FCM Law. Fabio, thanks for joining us. And we'll just dive right in. So the first thing, if you could just introduce yourself insofar as telling us a little bit more about your role in your practice, that'd be great.
That's great. Thank you so much for the invitation, Stephen. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, talking about a topic that I really love. Let's just introduce myself a little bit. I'm a lawyer here in Brazil. I've been working with law and technology for more than 11 years. So in 2014, I founded my own law firm with two partners, and the idea was to not be so traditional as the other law firms that we have, like in the scenario in that time, and at the same time to try to help the innovative and startup scenario in Brazil. So the idea is how can we provide legal services for these startups, these innovative companies, and help them with legal structures and help them to have more legal basis to really grow in their business, and at the same time doing that in an innovative way, because the idea was to try to speak their language. So that's the purpose of the law firm in the past. So in the last years we start to work with a lot of tech companies. We start to work with corporations, some venture capitals, and now we are more close to a boutique law firm focused on innovation and technology. So our thesis is tech venture law. So we define this. So we help all the regulatory aspects and all the legal structures for technology and innovation, and also we help fundraising, M&A, and operations that are focused to invest in startups. At the same time, I had already some business that I run by myself and my partners. So I had a hostel in Rio de Janeiro for some time. I also participated in a startup, a legal tech startup, for 1 year and a half, and then it failed. So I have some entrepreneurial experience as well, but my main purpose right now is to run the law firm, and now we are doing very well. We work with some big clients in Brazil, some venture capitals, and also big companies, startups, and tech companies in general. So that's the idea. So we try to do that also using new methods, technology, and trying to bring the innovation that we have in the market to change how we provide the legal services as well.
That's fantastic. You actually answered a couple of my questions right with that introduction, so I appreciate that. And I think that from what I understand, the tech sector is really booming in Brazil right now too. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're well positioned.
Yeah, we have in Brazil, we have like more than 1,002,000 lawyers, 200,000 lawyers here in Brazil. So I think it's one of the countries that have more lawyers per capita. So it's a very huge market, and also we have like more law schools than all the world together. So we have like big numbers. our judiciary is very huge with a lot of proceedings. So it's a big market, and when you have like this kind of marketing, this kind of problems, of course you have also opportunities, but it's very competitive.
I see. Good.
Yeah.
Now, as it relates to AI, the big hot topic, what sort of trends are you seeing in the industry right now? You probably would be more aligned to that and plugged into that than most, just based on who you serve.
Yeah, of course. I will talk a little about what I understand that is the main topics, and also what we are doing in our law firm. But just a point that is interesting as well. Our judiciary here in Brazil is also growing with AI initiatives. So the last time I checked it, we have like more than 50 initiatives in the judiciary. So a lot of different courts using AI to solve some problems and also to help like the decision. So it's not like the private law that is working with AI here in Brazil. Because of these huge markets, you have a lot of problems, and you have problems of inefficiency. So the idea is to solve that with like technology, and of course AI is one of the technologies that are being used to solve this kind of problems. But looking to the private sector, we are using that. We start using AI like 5 years ago, but not like the AI that you have right now. Of course, the last boom of Gen AI changed a little bit that, well, with tools that we have, but we use that like for document review. We use like to clause drafting, use to content creation. We are using for our flux in the law firm as well. So all the financial flux, we have like some AI and some AI agents that we are creating. Considering the initiatives that you have also in law firm, in the last year we had a person dedicated just for AI in our law firm to study the different tools and to try and to test a lot of tools, a lot of different tools to bring us the partners some insights, and to help us understand what is the best way to improve that and how can we use that in our practice. Another point that is interesting, that's in the last 3 years, we reached 3 years ago we reached 55 people in our law firm, and we decided to rethink the law firm because we were going to a place like big law or something like that. It was not our purpose, but at the same time we understand that we had a lot of inefficiency in the law firm, and now we have like just 16 people, and most of the positions was replaced by technology, by AI, or by some tools that we use to do that. So that's another interesting point, because our revenue stay almost the same, and we reduce like more than 50% of the number of people in the law firm. Other point that I think is changing, and we changing our law firm, is the pyramid of the legal positions in the law firm, because in the past we had a lot of juniors and trainees to do like all the legal support for the lawyers and the senior lawyers. And I considering like the proportion for lawyers and senior lawyers for the juniors, we have like just a few. You have like just 2 trainees 2 days, and in specific areas, because all the topics that we have like in the law firm, like tax, IP, corporate law, venture capital, we have more seniors and partners working with technology, because we understand that it's more efficient. Because another problem that we have like using AI is that we have to have senior people dealing with this technology and work with this technology, because if you are not like you have like the criticism and you don't have like the experience to use the AI, sometimes it's worse than you just work in the traditional way. So some insights that we have like from the last years in our law firm.
Excellent. Great. Have you noticed Probably less so with you because you're so forward thinking with technology, but have you noticed any uncertainties? So you could speak either to your firm or generally to the industry in terms of embracing AI, any sorts of apprehensions, uncertainties, anything like that?
For sure. The first one, considering the numbers that I gave you, Stephen, about our market in Brazil, of course, we will have some problems in the future because the law firms are using more AI, replacing some junior positions, replace some trainee positions, and maybe some other positions as well. And we have like a lot of professionals in the market, and we don't know how to deal with these professionals. Maybe in the 5-10 years. So that's one of the problems and uncertainties that we have, like how to deal with this huge market of professionals, law professionals in Brazil, and of course with this new scenario of using technology. So I think it's a big deal that we have to fix, and to think more about education and how to train these professionals for the future of the market, and how to use more technology, or to be more hybrid and try to be not just legal but legal tech or legal design or legal, try to bring more skills to their work, so they can be like not replaced for the technology. And another point that is important in dialogues a little bit with my professional work here in Brazil about IP, is governance in general. So we have like the big problem about how the data is being used. So we have like the text and data mining discussions about what we can use from the AI, what is like copyright, or what is not copyright, what is that the personal data, what is not, and how the regulation will deal with that, like in Europe, US, in Brazil. So we're building this scenario right now to have like some bills in Brazil to try to deal with that. So we are waiting for that to understand how the regulation will treat AI. But at the same time, we have like the private worry that you have to need in the companies like law firms and other companies that use AI. So a new type of advising that we are providing here in Brazil right now is like governance for AI. So the idea is to understand how the company is using the AI and try to create their policies and try to create like their education for the team to create how they what they can do, what they can't do with the AI, like try to have like more compliance with the law, at the same time be more transparency to the clients, and be more worried about what is the best practices to use this technology. So how you review, what kind of document you can input in this AI, what kind of information you are providing, what kind of input and output you are using for a campaign or using for a legal opinion. So you have like to create the governance, because sometimes it's more complex, sometimes you have more risks, sometimes it's easy to use the AI and the content from the AI. So you have to understand each company that will work and create like these policies and create the best practice to them to use that, to have more efficiency, to improve their business, but at the same time be how can I say, to look to the problems and to look to the maybe the negative impacts that we have like when you use this kind of technology.
Right. Yeah. Those are all great observations, and I'm seeing exactly the same types of conversations here in the States. So I think it's pretty universal what you're describing. Now, on the flip side, what would you say you're most excited about for the potential of AI in your industry?
The most excited, I think one of the most excited use that we are dealing right now in our law firm is it's really have like these agents. So when you have like in law, it's like in every country that I talk with other lawyers in any part of the world, always we have like the bureaucratic aspects from working with law. So these small tasks that we have like in legal sector, we can create like these agents to do that for us and to have more efficiency for that. So sometimes we can like run an agent to search a legal procedure or to search like a decision or search jurisprudence about a case, and at the same time I'm doing a lot of another thing like to concentrate my practice in the very intellectual part of the problem. So once you have like this AI to work at the same time, I think it's the main point for us in law is to replace this small task that sometimes takes us a lot of time and concentrate our practice in the intellectual delivery that we need. So an example, we have like some agents that we create an agent to a specific case. So we have like a case, you bring me to my law firm, and I give all the information, documents, and give everything to this agent. So it's easier to sometimes to ask him or ask it to what kind of when did it happen, or maybe can you give him like the documents you have like this proof for this situation, or I have like the clause in the contract to solve that. So it's easy to find and to interact with these agents, and they can find information at the same time. We are thinking like the thesis and how to solve the problem, the main problem. So in the past you have to read like 200 pages, or maybe to try to speak with different people. It's so for me it's the main point in the legal sector that really help us. A lot of bureaucratic tasks and a lot of documents. So once you have like AI agents to have more efficient for that, it really helps.
Absolutely. You're making me smile there, because when you said he and then it's like,
Yeah.
I relate. Once you really build a great agent, which is so much more than just going and asking a question to ChatGPT, but you've really built an expert. It is unbelievable. Like, you start to develop a rapport, like almost a relationship, and it can be so helpful, like you said, in terms of efficiency. So that's fantastic. I wanted to turn next.
Just a point about that, Stephen. Sorry, but we are kidding about something like that last week in our law firm. That if I die, you can. I was talking to my partner. You can we can get all my content, get my chat message, and then create like a Fabio agent. They maybe help you in this kind of situation. But maybe in the future you have that. Like, imagine if you can get all the like message for WhatsApp, social media, and your email, and all the documents that you work, and all the information that you provide for your clients, and get all this information to create an agent. And maybe it probably won't be like you, but probably it will have like a lot of good information and thinking like the same you think to solve like problems that you probably solved in the past. So
Absolutely. Funny that you mentioned one of the, I was not an early adopter with the internet, but I was an early adopter with AI, much like you were saying, like before everything started to explode. And one of my early projects was actually on something like what you were just describing. So
that's great. That's great.
But I wanted to turn next to just talk about your practice a little bit more. So just in terms of general growth, you did mention that things are going great. And obviously only details that you're comfortable giving, but what is your current level, would you say, with your business as it would like relate to the industry at whole? Like, so sort of like, where are you at in the greater scheme of things, and where are you looking to grow the practice to?
Okay, yeah. How I said, Stephen, in the passage, we grow a lot. So we start to think, and how can we get big and maybe become a big law or something like that. And now we are thinking more to work with more complex case and to be like really a boutique for law, innovation and technology. So for us right now, we are very recognized in Brazil as a law boutique law firm focused on law and technology. So big companies like public health companies, international companies, they came to us. They come to us to because they understand that we have like the expertise to work with new projects that involves like regulatory of technology and involves very complex situations about innovation. So that's how we think our practice right now, to have like more value, to deliver very big projects, very complex cases, using like technology, but also using our expertise and our track record in this scenario to solve this kind of project. So the idea is not to become like very big, to have more areas of practice or having more clients, just like having good clients. Maybe if you have like few clients, but really good clients and really related to the thesis that we work. So that's how we understand right now, and it's working. So in the past we worked like with a lot of early stage startups, and now we have like big corporations working with us because they understand us as this player to solve this kind of problem. So sometimes we work also with other law firms, Stephen. So some other law firms come to us to using our knowledge like legal design methods and innovation and other kind of approach that you have to solve like complex case that they have like in different areas, like labor. We have like a client that work with labor law, and they have like a big client that they have a problem for the last 5 years, and now we are trying to use legal design in technology innovation to help them solve this problem, because they understand we have like this practice to work with this kind of new solutions. So that's how we understand our law firm right now. So a very specialized law firm boutique for innovation and technology.
Fantastic. From your client's perspective, obviously you've already said you've got a great reputation for what it is that you do. What would your clients say, or what do you hear from them over and over again that they would say, like, this is what is exceptional about your practice?
One of the main points, Stephen, is the language, and one of the not the language, just because we understand like the scenario or the business, because it's one of the points that is interesting too, but more related to the way of work. Because let's give you an example. We work in a lot of projects here with using like design and agile methods. When you are dealing with innovative project or a tech company, they are very into this kind of methodologies. And sometimes when they need legal support and legal advisor, and they start a conversation with a lawyer for the traditional law firms, so sometimes they have like problems. So okay, I will do that. I will have like your legal opinion in the next 30 days. Okay, let's do a lot of meetings to do that. So no, we are very different. We understand the case, and you try to really give them the yes, not the no, but yes, and how they can do that. So do that like using the same kind of methodology they use. So one of the feedbacks that we have, like, oh, you work like us and you understand us and what we want to do. So that's not the traditional lawyers that say, oh no, you can't do that. No, it's not because it's prohibited. That's not our case. In our case, how can we do that together, and how can we surpass the problems of law, the lacunas that you have, or the risks that you have to put this project, and how can we do that like using this kind of approach, this kind of innovative methods together. So that's the main feedback that you have, like we can construct together because we understand them and you work like them.
That's great. I was just thinking to myself, how many people are wishing that the attorneys in their field would speak their language? Like,
Yeah,
that's a massive advantage. Most people are pulling their hair out saying, "Can we just get this done?"
that's it.
That's excellent. Do you have any specific growth targets? I know you've already spoken to how you'd rather be deeply focused rather than go broad, but are there any specific growth targets in the shorter term, like say the next 6 to 12 months that you're looking to achieve?
Yeah, that's two markets that we are looking based on two products that you have. The first one is crypto. We have like a very good track record with crypto companies here in Brazil, and now we are in the moment in the scenario that we have like the regulation for virtual asset services providers no, not here in Brazil. So one of the points is to grow like the support for companies that want to get this license here in Brazil. So the idea is to have like at least 10 clients in this sector in the next 1 year, because probably in October we have like this first regulation for this kind of player. And the idea is also to have like clients, foreign clients that want to come to Brazil. So a lot of VASPs in other countries, exchanges and crypto services providers are looking to Brazil right now, because we're regulating this scenario, and probably this market will really grow. And we want to be the player that will provide all the assistance to incorporate and to get the license and to work here in Brazil. So that's the idea. And the second market that we are also working is legal design. So we have like a very huge experience since 2016 work with legal design in documents in general. So the idea is to bring the design process and approach to work in the legal area. And one of the main points that work is like visual law. Visual law is the idea of to get a better communication for legal deliveries. Most of them are documents. So we understand the document like a petition, a contract, a terms of use, privacy policies, and we try to change that in a better way to really have a better communication. So the focus is UX. So we have like a work with UX writing. We have a work with the graphic design as well of the document, and we have like a better delivery of this document. And we're also working with big companies, because corporations understand better the value that you have when you really improve this kind of documents. And now the idea is also to have more clients from outside Brazil, because we understand in Brazil we are very how can I say, we have a more competitive markets about legal design right now, and other countries they are not so into this topic, because we have like some barriers that you have to deal in other countries. But at the same time, if you do that, you have like a blue ocean to work with this kind of delivery in other countries. So one of the movements that we are doing right now is trying to have some partnerships in the US, to have other law firms or companies that already work with other legal practice, but they are open to understand how we can provide these legal design services joined to their services. So the idea is also to have at least by the end of 2056 2026, sorry, 2026, have at least 10 clients as well from outside Brazil work with legal design projects. That's the main points that we have.
Great. You mentioned one barrier. Are there any other challenges that you see right now with your firm that you need to overcome to be able to get into these new markets?
Of course, culture is also a problem. Of course, we are in a country that maybe is have like some barriers about the market, because sometimes like dealing with US companies, or we're gonna hire a legal firm law firm from Brazil. Maybe it's not so easy to do that, but we understand that we have some kind of approach that we can use to solve that. But at the same time, we understand that we have like to deal with partnerships and try to have like a safe port in these countries. So we have like these partners helping us to spread the kind of service that we have. Of course, it's not easy to deal with the language, the culture, and sometimes it's not so easy to transpass this kind of barriers. But we understand that we have like very huge track record to show like cases and to show some, how can I say, some really good results about this kind of work. Focus on legal design right now, that we can like show that it's happening. In the beginning of this year, we had a consultancy with a group of students from Rice University, and they help us MBA students, and they prepare like a report, like a consultancy report, to helping us to do this kind of work in the US. So we have like some alternatives of business structures. We have also partnerships. So we are now trying to understand all the alternatives and bring that to start this working for 2026.
Great. And then last thing, I'd just like to always come around to your personal perspective, because you've spoken on behalf of your initiatives with the firm, and
Yeah.
obviously you're a partner, so you're tied directly into that. But I always like to ask from a real human perspective, relative to the goals you have for the firm, what is your driving motivating force? Like every day, what gets you out of bed? What's important to you on a personal level?
For the last 10 months, my child, I had my first child, so it really changed a little bit my perspective of priority in my life, that I was not so, how can I say, I didn't expected for this kind of change in my mind. Is really different when I have like a first child. But considering my personal goal, I'm finishing my PhD in IP and technology. So that's my first goal for this year. So the idea is to have a more, how can I say, to be more recognized about law and technology in Brazil. So I think I have a great recognition here in Brazil, but I want to be like the one that people want to work when they are creating an innovative project or a technology company, and I want to be the one that they want to choose. So I want to talk to Fabio, because he will help me do the legal structure for this project. So I want to be more stairs in the recognition area for that. So that's my purpose. But at the same time, I have a personal purpose for law and technology. I really believe in how technology can change the marketing, can help people, and how can improve like the lives of peoples. When I start my law firm, we thought about that, and how can we help these startups that are how can we help like these people that are trying to create different solutions to help like some problems, and how can we get our knowledge and help them to really deliver that. So I have this purpose, and it's good to see what we did in the last 11 years. So a lot of business that start like with 2 people, and now they are 200, 300, and how can some startups, they really change like the health sector. It's really good to work with technology, because you can see the impact. So what's my purpose is that so to be more recognized, to conciliate my personal life, my child, my wife. At the same time, I can deliver better solutions for the technology sector. So that's something I believe.
That's fantastic. Yeah, really impressive, and your niche is obviously much needed. So congratulations on all your success, and I'm sure it's just the beginning for everything with your firm. Great.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time, and I'll make sure that in the notes here, everybody knows how to reach you and your firm. So especially anybody in Brazil can look you up if they need the assistance, if they haven't heard of you already. So.
Okay, yeah, you can find me in the LinkedIn. So Fabio Cendão on LinkedIn, it's easier to find it. So send me a message. I'm very open to talk to people, and so of course sometimes it's not so easy to answer very fast everyone, but I'm really open to LinkedIn, but also my law firm. You can find us in Instagram, so FCM Law, or Faria, Cendão and Maia Advogados in the LinkedIn as well. So in the Instagram, we have like more content. We provide a lot of information about startups, new kind of laws, regulation about technology. We can discuss about that right there, but maybe if you want to talk to Fabio, maybe it's better my LinkedIn. I don't use so much the Instagram.
Excellent. Thank you so much for today, for the interview, for your time. Really appreciate your insights.
Thank you so much, Stephen.